welcome to the video. This is the first of 3 videos which will show the walks which I'm going to be doing on a trip to Austria, to Filzmoos. This is route number 1, just a quick little overview of it from above, starting down there in the village, heading up this path up to the top of the ridge, along the ridge a bit to the Rossbrandhuette, back along the ridge, down past the Moosalm and down to the village. Let's have a slightly closer look at things. Stop it spinning round about there and have a look at start points. The start point is here along this road to start with, and then pick up a logging track which goes along slightly differently from the orange route which is shown on there. Once it gets to this point, then we go up the side of the ridge, relatively steeply, which should be good fun. It then spins around as you get to the top. I mean, it doesn't spin around, the map was just spun around by me, clearly. You can see that it just starts to ease off, crosses across another track at the top, and then a nice, fairly flat walk, just making the way up the last bit towards where the Rossbrandhuette is. And that is right up here. So, from here, there should be some pretty excellent views. Once the views have been enjoyed to their maximum, it will be time to spin around and head back down the ridge, following that path as you see there. That makes its way nicely along the ridge until it gets to the point a little bit further along. Go. That's where the papageno lift comes up to. As you get to there, and then it's a sharp left to head back down the hill. Let's go a bounty, shall we? Past the Moosalm and further down, and finally back down into the village. So have a sort of spin around again, just to get a sense of how that looks on the way down. That's quite a nice view of all of the walk. So that is the plan, and if all goes well, I'll be coming out down the bottom of the village here, and then making my way finally on the road, past the hotels, and back to the house. Welcome to Filzmoos, off for my first walk of the trip. This is going to be a little wander up to the Rossbrandhuette, which we can see there. Look, it says it's going to be 2.5 hours. Quite a big climb to get up there, from about 1,000 meters up to 1,700 or so. Lovely views round over that way towards the Rossbrand. More lovely stuff over this way, and lots of exciting climbing ahead. Gone for the shorts option for the uphill. Trousers in the bag, obviously. Not stupid. I think it's going to get quite pleasantly warm, maybe up to 18 degrees later. The fog has just burnt off, and it is looking set to be an absolute cracker. that's the start of the walk up that nice, sort of a logging road. We are now going to be turning off and heading up this more interesting looking little route up through the trees. This is very much in the deep dark woods. I'm a little bit concerned that I might bump into the Gruffalo or a Bigfoot, but we'll just have to keep on going and hope that doesn't happen. It's a slightly tricky path because there's lots of trees that have come down in various places, so there's a little bit of tree jumping required, but that's not too much of a problem. And happily we get these nice Austrian flags on the trees which show us that we're still on the route. Yeah, this is an example of one of those trees that have crashed down. That's slap bang in the middle of the path. So we're doing a little bit of a detour. I've reached just about 1300 metres, so about halfway up to where the Papageno lift station would be, but I'm going up to about 1700 today, so not quite halfway up in altitude, but excellent progress has been made. Just having a little sit on this lovely little bench here with this little inscription, a little placky thing. I don't know who Dr Maerz is, but he has a lovely Weg and a fairly crappy hat. Come from, there's where the path sort of come up from there. If we look around here, we're just going to cross that logging track again and then continue blasting away up through the trees. And the sun is peeking up out that way, and generally everything is lovely. Right, well, I think that I have made it onto the so what is the cross-country route in winter that runs all the way along the ridge. I think, there we go, right just about 30 minutes. It won't take that long. Perhaps going the other way. Show down half an hour. So I think we're doing very well. And I think now we'll have a relatively flattish, wide, easy walking route, and I could probably do away with the poles. Just look around the other side. Oh,
a little exciting information board over there about this sort of flattish area, which is apparently a very old glacial lake that then fills in with earth and then gets a special type of grass that grows on top. Exciting times. We will be seeing more of this later because this is the path I'll be taking back towards the top of the Papageno gondola. That's the path I've walked up. You can now start to see over towards the Rastatt side and Obertown, and actually some cloud kind of lurking the other side of the Town Ridge, and some stuff in the higher valleys there. And then some more information. 1,655 metres, but more relevantly, we must note that even in Austria there are dangerous cows. I don't know if the black cow is more dangerous than the white cow, or the white cow is more dangerous than the black cows, to be honest. But the moral of the story, as ever, steer clear of cows. We have now got as far as the actual road up to the Rossbrandhuette, which comes from Rastatt, as the name suggests, rather than the Filzmoos side. I don't think you can drive up this in winter, but for the lazy so-and-sos that want the easy route up, this is the way to do it. You get a bus. I mean, honestly, why would you want to get a bus or drive up when you can have a lovely walk like I've done and feel like you've earned your beer at the top rather than basically just stolen it? There's this sort of shroud of cloud over the top of that mountain over there, and it's just almost pouring off it down into the valley below. It just looks like a glacier somehow, but that's actually all cloud. Absolutely crazy. Good news from here is that the road is parting company for the last bit up to the Rossbrandhuette, so we have a nice path to continue walking on, which is much better than traipsing on a road. Made it to the Rossbrand. The Rossbrandhuette is just behind the camera. I am looking straight at it, and I think it's fairly obvious that the view up here is absolutely stunning and very much worth the effort required in getting up here. So right now it is going to be sandwich time and a biscuit, I think, and then I will wander down to the hut and get myself a beer, I think, which I reckon I've earned. We have made it back to where the papageno is. Peeking out through the trees there is the Shergi Alm. Might be able to see a bit of papageno if we go, maybe not. Maybe not. A bit of Dachstein action up there. We are heading this way as we continue our way down. We go sort of around the outside of the papageno ski run, I suppose, and then pop out near the Moosalm and then nip down through the woods. This is a path that we just walked down, and this I'm sure is one of those routes that sort of crisscrosses the papageno. So you can walk down that way to get to the Moosalm, as this sign will confirm. Moosalm over Forst Weg or something. But you know, that's a bit boring, isn't it? So we're going to do this one, which says Moosalm in 30 minutes. And it goes over this edge. Oh no, scary. Straight down there. So let's see how quickly we can get to the Moosalm. From that point where it was supposedly half an hour to the Moosalm, it's taken 7 minutes and 20 seconds. And if I do a sneaky spin around, for those of you that know the area might recognise the ski slope. And over here, what do you see over my right shoulder? Oh look, it's the Moosalm. Amazing. So yeah, it's going to be less than 10 minutes rather than 30. Speed walking. Speed walking downhill is admittedly relatively straightforward. Uphill, harder. But I'm an excellent downhill trail runner. Last little section, Moosalm down to the village. The sign said 30 minutes, 30 minutes again. So if history is anything to go by, I should be down at the bottom in about 8. We will see. Let's get the clock running again and see how we go. Right down the bottom of Papageno, it's 10 minutes it's taken from the Moosalm to get to here. That's where the path pops out. That is where it curves around up to the northern Papageno run. We sweep around here, and here's where the path continues. It was a glorious walk up this morning. Not actually, I mean, it's fairly steep, but it didn't feel like too much like hard work. Lots of beautiful views. The view up the top was unbelievable. A couple of 2 big beers, 1 small beer, that was lovely. Despite forgetting my sandwiches, I did get to have a number of leftover chips from Steffi's kids, so that was glorious. Mountain goat chips, as Mighty would put it. And then it's just clouded over a little bit for the way back down again, but I mean, I can't really complain because for the 2.5 hours or so that I sat up at the top, it was glorious. And then I sort of walked quickly, jogged my way back down again. Watch just died irritatingly, but it's probably taken an hour and a half or so rather than 2.5, which the sign said at the top. So yeah, really good day. We'll just switch this round, I think, to this side. To get a nice look at the view as it opens up as we walk down this final little cut. There's Almstadel down there. Hello. The village. And that, I think, will do.